welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're popping the hood on the hidden machinery of internet marketing. You're going to see exactly how companies orchestrate the anatomy of an online sale using what we call the 4Ps plus 1 structure. Let's get right into it.
Value equals benefits minus costs. It's a super simple formula, right? But it is absolutely the core of e-commerce. Every single digital interaction you have online is a carefully calculated exchange specifically designed to maximize your perceived value.
Here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll start with delivering customer value online, move to strategies for dynamic pricing, then navigating online distribution models, digital promotion techniques, and finally, brands and online communities.
All right, Section 1, delivering customer value online, crafting digital products.
You know, an online product isn't just that cardboard box that shows up on your porch. It's the entire digital journey. We're talking about product awareness, the website experience itself, the actual buying experience, and of course, post-purchase services. Customer value is being systematically built, or honestly completely destroyed, at every single one of those touchpoints. It's an ongoing journey, not just a single click of a buy button.
Think about how the game changes when we shift from physical delivery, stuff made of atoms, like a printed book, to digital delivery, stuff made of bits, like an ebook or a software download. The internet literally slashes production and distribution costs to the bone, while simultaneously skyrocketing the convenience factor for us.
But let's be real, convenience alone just doesn't cut it anymore. We all expect effective online navigation, clear site organization, rock-solid secure transactions, and blazing fast download speeds. The real magic trick, though? User personalization. When a site actually remembers you, like Amazon throwing up a recommended tab based on what you bought last week, it transforms a totally generic website into a highly relevant, customized shopping experience. That is how brands lock in your loyalty.
Moving on to Section 2, strategies for dynamic pricing, the algorithmic price tag.
So why do online prices constantly change? I mean, we've all been there, right? You check an airline ticket or a hotel room on a Tuesday night, and by Wednesday morning, the price has magically jumped. What is actually going on behind the screen?
Well, the culprit is dynamic pricing. This is a strategy where prices are constantly fluctuating based on real-time data, things like customer behavior, time, and market demand. There's no guy in the back room sticking physical price tags on shelves anymore. Instead, modern pricing algorithms are constantly calculating your exact willingness to pay millisecond by millisecond.
Behind the scenes, these algorithms are incredibly hungry for data. They're looking at the specific time of your purchase, tracking your individual browsing behavior, monitoring real-time shifts in supply and demand, and even checking your exact geographic location. All of those data points are processed in a fraction of a second to serve you a price that's perfectly customized to extract the maximum amount of value.
And then there's the psychological warfare, like odd-even pricing. $499.95 feels significantly cheaper than an even $500. It's a ridiculously simple trick, but it works. Marketers know for a fact that dropping a price by just 5 cents warps our perception of the cost, making the hurdle to pull out your credit card feel so much lower.
Speaking of clever tricks, take a look at software rebates. When a company offers you $40 cash back on a software purchase, it sounds like an amazing discount, but the reality is wild. 55% of those rebates go completely unredeemed, money just left on the table. Less than half of consumers actually remember to mail in the form and claim their cash, and you better believe companies factor our forgetfulness right into their pricing models.
Okay, let's hit Section 3, navigating online distribution models, the digital supply chain.
This is where the internet violently disrupted the old middlemen. It's the ultimate modern retail showdown, brick and mortar versus click-only companies. On one hand, traditional physical stores give you face-to-face trust and let you actually hold the product. But on the other hand, 100% online e-tailers hit back with 24/7 global reach, instant service updates, and insanely lower operating costs.
Bridging that gap, though, it was a total nightmare for legacy brands. They went through some serious click-and-mortar growing pains. Traditional companies were terrified of going online. They feared channel conflict. Basically, they didn't want to compete with their own retail partners. They worried about cannibalizing their physical store sales. Think about traditional brokers like Merrill Lynch. They initially hesitated to even allow online stock trading because they were so afraid of upsetting their existing human brokers. It was a massive strategic hurdle.
All right, Section 4, Digital Promotion Techniques, Capturing Attention in the Noise.
With all the absolute chaos and volume of the internet, how do companies actually get you to look at their stuff? Well, they leverage the online promotion advantage. Digital ads absolutely crush traditional media for a few reasons. They have 24/7 global reach without any geographic limits. They're highly interactive. You can click, watch, and share them. But the real game changers are cost and targeting. Advertisers often only pay based on actual performance, like clicks or views, and they use incredibly precise algorithmic targeting based on your exact search keywords and browsing habits. To grab your eyeballs, advertisers use a whole arsenal of display ads. You've got banner ads, which are the most common, using graphics or rich media. Interstitial ads appear right between page loads, making them highly visible. Pop-ups and pop-unders are definitely attention-grabbing, even if we mostly block them these days. And floating ads, those are the intrusive ones that drift right across your screen for 5 to 30 seconds. Advertisers are constantly walking this tightrope, trying to balance high visibility with the risk of just straight-up annoying the user.
Finally, Section 5, Brands and Online Communities, the Power of the Digital Crowd.
Let's define what this is. An online community is a group interacting through digital platforms, sharing common interests, goals, or brand loyalty rather than meeting face-to-face. Modern brands don't just sell to isolated individuals anymore, they survive and thrive by building these digital campfires.
So why pour millions into these social spaces? The return on investment is massive. We're talking a huge increase in customer loyalty and the rapid spread of electronic word of mouth. But here is the brilliant part. It severely reduces service costs because users just start answering each other's questions. Plus, it's totally free direct market research and product feedback. A loyal community literally becomes an unpaid customer service team and a massive R&D department all rolled into one.
To fuel those communities, brands meticulously craft specific social media personalities based on the platform. Think about it. On TikTok, content is fun, humorous, and trend-driven. Jump over to LinkedIn, and it's a professional, industry-focused tone. Look at specific brands. Nike leans hard into motivation and athlete empowerment, while Netflix is all about humor, memes, and interactive content. They're building very specific emotional connections to build trust with distinct audiences.
Which brings us to a pretty wild realization to end this explainer on. The next time you share a brand's post, or create a video reviewing a product, or even just answer a question in a forum, ask yourself, are you the customer or are you the marketer? Because in the brilliantly designed machinery of the modern internet, you're almost certainly both. Thanks for joining me, and keep questioning what's behind the screen.